It's nearing the end of June. So, what does COVID-19 look like post the pandemic? And hopefully, that's where we are. As I see it, it was interesting to note the changes that happened in COVID-19. We were able to do much more Zoom calls. We were not traveling. That made QLA easier. Just opened up some things that before you would have to jump on airplanes, travel to people and meet them, etc. So those days are starting to wane as we get rid of masks and hopefully get out of COVID-19 protocols. But we've also taught people that you can be much more efficient. So you can still end up using those technology tools that we talked about to make yourself more efficient in going after QLA. Do you still need to look at a business before you buy it, even though some people don't? Yes, you do. But you can still use Zoom calls. You'll be asked, I'm sure, now to meet people, shake hands, maybe, and get to eyeball like was done previously. But there'll be much more technology involved, so just remember that. The other thing I'm seeing, and I did not know how this was going to go, is that I'm seeing many more mentees of mine end up with LOIs than previously. So that's a positive change. I don't know whether that's because people have now come out of that pandemic in terms of their behavior in large part and are thinking about what happened and what they should do in the future as opposed to living through the circumstances of the pandemic at the moment. Don't know. But whatever the reason is, there are more LOIs being signed now than I've ever seen before, which is great news, and deals closed as well. So I'd encourage you, if you've been sitting on the sidelines, maybe like some of these businesses, to get in the QLA game. There's plenty of free materials on my site, on Dan Pena's site, and if you're looking for a way to get started, go to brucewhipple.com. The Deep Dive Bootcamp recordings are a great way to do that. And then secondarily, the 2021 boot camp, which focused on technology and how to use that to make the QLA journey easier, is also great. So those two things together work really well if you want to see a step-by-step program. But whatever the way you want to begin, I would encourage you to take the opportunity to begin now if you haven't already. And if you have already begun, just increase your efforts, because the timing based on the LOIs and activity I'm seeing is as good as it's been. So continue to do that, continue to use those tools, and where you need help, reach out for help.